Hey there, my name is Promise. I'm a variety YouTuber with a focus on strategy games, and today I'm collaborating with Paradox to explain and demonstrate some key mechanics for the Fantasy 4X strategy game Age of Wonders 4. Today we're going to talk about units, enchantments, and transformations. There are a host of unique units in Age of Wonders 4, offering a wide variety of options when developing your culture and affinity. We can break these down into 4 classifications. First, let's talk about cultural units, the backbone of your army. Cultural units are trained in your cities, and the units you'll have access to are determined by the culture selected during faction creation, which was covered in an earlier video. Each culture has different strengths and priorities, which is reflected in their unit types. For example, the Mystic culture will have early access to casting units, whereas Barbarian cultures focus on physical units and never gain access to a Battle Mage unit type. The second classification of unit are tome units, unlocked by researching new tomes of magic. Some will be unlocked to train in your cities, while others are summoned directly to the strategic map. Not only are these magical units some of the most powerful in the game, but summoning units to the front line can allow you to continue a strong offensive. The third classification are wildlife units. These include all of the neutral creatures you might discover while exploring the campaign map, such as fairies, dire penguins, dragons, and more. These units are generally inaccessible to the player, but there are some special events or conditions where they might be persuaded to serve you. Some Ancient Wonders, for example, can muster special units using the Rally of Lieges system for their controlling player, granting access to units you normally could not purchase. The fourth and final unit classification are your leaders. These hero units are unique with their own starting abilities and equipment. Players can level their leaders up through combat or events, and then spend talent points to unlock new abilities, passives, or other perks. You'll also be able to equip them with magical artifacts found throughout your campaign, making heroes your most versatile and powerful unit at your disposal. The number of heroes you can recruit is tied to the number of cities under your control. When you found a new city, you are offered an opportunity to recruit a new leader. Some quests or events can also grant you new heroes, or if you capture enemy heroes in battle, you might be able to convert and recruit them from your dungeon. If the enemy hero is a corpse and you have access to necromancy, well, you can guess how that works. Enchantments are spells that increase the power of certain unit types, granting them extra damage or abilities. They can be unlocked through your tomes of magic and are cast on the strategic map. Enchantments are not localized and will affect all existing and newly created units in your empire of the appropriate type. These sustained spells do have an upkeep cost, taking up a portion of your mana every turn. There are no limits to how many enchantments you can cast, aside from your mana production. Used correctly and synergized with combat spells, enchantments are your most reliable method of upgrading your units. Transformation spells are similar to enchantment spells and can be unlocked through your tomes of magic. However, instead of affecting only specific unit types, they affect an entire race in the world. There are 2 types of transformation spells, minor and major. You can cast as many minor transformations on a race as you'd like, which can stack significant advantages onto your cultural units, such as defensive stats, passive combat abilities, terrain bonuses, and more. Major transformations are high-tier spells that function similar to minor transformations, but a race can only have 1 major transformation at a time. These offer some of the most powerful buffs in the game, and can fundamentally change your empire. As an example, the Demonkin spell will transform your entire race into flying demonic units with fire resistance and damage buffs. In the right hands, these spells can turn your armies into terrors on the battlefield. That concludes our coverage of the many units available in Age of Wonders 4, and the ways you can use magic to increase their power on the battlefield. Thanks for watching. I do hope you found this video helpful and informative as you plan your conquests across Athla. Be sure to subscribe to the Age of Wonders YouTube channel for additional Age of Wonders 4 guide videos, including an overview of the strategic map, which I will be covering in the next tutorial. See you next time!